There's a crisp bite in the morning air. You know what that means? Cascadia Hockey, brought to you by Buried Puck Threads. Laying like a thick mist over the valleys of the bioregion that we call Cascadia. My name is Corey Gaston. That was a weird intro. I don't know where it came from. I used the word
feel like
thick
in the first 30 seconds.
I feel like if we have that going on, we all need to go to the doctor.
thickness.
Could be
Something.
mumps.
Fog
Fog.
in valleys. I don't know.
Oh, well, are you thinking
Mist.
like a nut funk type of like crotch swamp?
I don't want to talk
Is
about
that what your picture is? With me, as always, founder of Buried Puck Threads, our leader, our producer, our misanthrope, well, Mr. Aaron Piper.
Thank you for the great introduction again, my friend.
Absolutely. Across from me, the man who needs you to buy his product, please.
Please.
One Mr. Kyle Houts.
Please buy my product.
You showed me a little nasty bruise you had on the midsection.
Dude, I am like...
You look
I'm
like
tired.
you're still feeling every shot you took last night.
I played 2 games last night. It was a lot of fun.
One was a shootout.
Ooh.
One was a shootout, and I didn't do good in that. And then lost the next game too, so that was fun. So I'm definitely like I'm holding it together right now, but just barely.
If you people are listening, please buy the man's product.
Please buy my product
And ours, for that matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spend some money, man.
Yeah, that's
Please and thank you.
and you're welcome.
So, playoffs. We talking about playoffs.
'Tis the season, sir.
Yes. Before we get into the shit show that's the NHL playoffs right now, actually not a shit show. It's super exciting.
It's heavenly.
It's great. I want to let's talk about the WHL playoffs real quick because we're down to conference championships now. One team there. Everybody knew that team would make it this far. That's the Prince Albert Raiders. Took them 6 games to knock Saskatoon out, which good for Saskatoon. They had a great year under first-year head coach Mitch Love. I think the surprise for me, and we talked about it last week, was the Spokane Chiefs.
Yeah.
We watched them get hot at the end of the season, much like the Americans did last year. They went on that great run, and now Spokane's right in it. I kind of thought maybe Everett and Vancouver, Western Conference Finals, but here we are, Spokane and Vancouver, Western Conference Finals, and Spokane handled them in 5.
Yeah, it was less of a handling and more of a throttling.
It really was, and it wasn't anything like there was no 10-1 games, 7-2 drummings. It was just that defense that Spokane has is really good, really good.
I've been touting that.
Yeah,
It's one of the things that we were missing.
yep.
That Spokane has had in spades as of late.
Spokane puts a lot of time and effort into making sure they have a pretty good defense. And I mean, people like Ty Smith back there and Philip Kral. I think Philip Kral even missed a game or 2 in that series. They did well. Everett out in 5. Unfinished business continues for you guys. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting Western Conference Finals. I still got Vancouver winning it. And taking that one, but I think it's going to be a good 6 or 7 game series, and good for Spokane. I think it's great. I think it's great that they made it that far after underachieving the first half of the season. They really got it together. Big names on there: Ty Smith, Jared Anderson-Dolan. I don't think we're going to see. Well, we might see Ty Smith back next year because I think he's only a 19-year-old. But Anderson-Dolan will be gone.
I think they take the first couple.
Yeah, they definitely can. It starts in Vancouver, but being on the road doesn't really seem to matter to Spokane at all this year.
No.
But I really do think they take the first couple. But I
Yeah.
honestly think Vancouver will underestimate them.
They could.
Yeah.
They very well could. The other series, Prince Albert and Edmonton. Good on Edmonton, man.
Yeah.
After sucking. I mean, now Edmonton won the WHL back in like 2014, so it hasn't been that long. But the last couple of years, they've been terrible. I mean, just terrible.
But that's the thing with the WHL. It's a different team every year.
Oh, I love it.
It's who was it that won last year?
Oh, Swift Current. And then
And
they
then
became
they were
like the worst.
Dead last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they put so much time and effort into building that team, and it paid off for them.
Yeah.
But you're right. It goes in cycles. You only have a player for 4 or 5 years tops. And if they're really good, you only have them till they're 19.
Like this last season, not this. Sorry, 2 seasons ago we had
Yeah.
6 or 7 draft picks. This
Yep.
year we had 1.
Yep. No,
Not
we didn't have anybody get drafted last summer. Oh, but you mean that was
We
still
had-
playing?
we had
Yeah,
one that was
Kyle
still with
Olsen
us,
was still
yeah,
there, right?
yeah.
And there's a few this year. That's the other thing, too. Central Scouting's final list came out from the NHL, and there was 3 Americans named on that list.
Yep, Jake Bean, Sawchuk, and... Not Jake Bean. Brown, Mitchell Brown.
You can hit in the head
Riley
last night.
I did, actually. Mitchell Brown,
Sawchuk
Riley
wasn't.
Sawchuk. No?
No. Rabick.
Herbeek, and... Who am I thinking of?
Mutala.
Mutala, okay. For some reason, I always confuse Mutala and Sawchuk.
Sawchuk. That makes sense.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah.
it. I don't know.
Sasha's still holding good at a B rating, second, third round, and then the other guys are
A little further back.
a little further back.
But good for them. I'm glad they're ranked and
Yeah.
all that, so that'll be good.
I don't think Rabique's back next year because he'll be a 20-year-old import.
No.
And plus, the thing with it, if he doesn't get drafted, he's got a lot of options for semi-pro hockey. So,
Being a Euro, he's got
Yep.
a lot of options.
Yeah.
Like European hockey is pretty good.
which sucks though because he really was kind of that unsung hero of the season.
Oh yeah,
he was really good.
He was great. He's got probably one of the filthiest goals.
Oh, yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
Like it's that one. I can't even comprehend how he did it.
Yeah. Which
Like,
one?
It was out of town. You'll see it.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
see it. We got like a. You'll see it.
Okay.
I don't know how soon though.
Next season sometime.
No. I think we're gonna have like a top goals of the year video or
Okay.
something. I'm not sure. So
Cool.
are we going to Vancouver this summer?
I know we talked about it. I'd like to.
I'm totally down.
I'd like to.
We can totally do it.
Passport's current, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Swift current.
Swift current. Swiftly current.
Regina.
What do you guys think? I got Vancouver and yeah, Regina spells fun.
Nailed it.
Rhymes
Oh,
with
but
fun.
okay, so we need to look ahead to next year though. The Memorial Cup is in Kelowna next year,
Oh,
2020.
shit.
So we need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelowna's pretty too. Have you ever been there?
I haven't, and all I want to do is go
It's
there.
So gorgeous.
I heard their downtown region right on the lake with the
Oh,
arena
yeah.
and stuff is
It's
amazing.
unparalleled. It's
People
beautiful,
need to take
beautiful
note.
area.
I got Vancouver and Prince Albert in the finals. WHL.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
And I'll be okay if it's Spokane and Edmonton, but I think Vancouver. I wanted to say something. Have you guys kept an eye on Bowie Byram, the 17-year-old defenseman for Vancouver?
No.
So you know the guy that every time we played Vancouver this year, they beat us in overtime? The guy that scored was Bowie Byram. He's actually ranked at number 2 by Central Scouting.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
And all year I'm watching him, and what really made it click in my head, somebody put a poll on Twitter the other day that said, let's be honest, as a 17-year-old defenseman, who was better, Bowie Byram or Ty Smith? And I was like, oh, Bowie Byram for sure.
Yeah.
He got like 80% of the vote. And then the draft rankings came out, and they have him at number 2 behind Jack Hughes.
No shit.
Yeah.
I
was
would-
like,
you know,
okay,
I didn't
I
even
knew
look
that guy
at it.
was good.
Like he was the guy that every time that he would be out, and I was working, every time he'd be out, and he would just be doing anything and be like, "Fuck you, Byram."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And
not literally like "fuck
No, I
you,
know.
guy," but just kind of like, "Man, this guy's too good. He's gonna fuck us up."
the first time they rolled through town, they beat us in overtime with him.
Yep.
Second time they rolled through town, we went to overtime, and I said, anybody but Byram. Keep it
And
off
then
of
he
Byram's
was on the
stick. And
ice.
as soon as the puck hit his stick, I was like,
my
well,
God
we're done.
damn
And
it.
2
And
seconds later,
yeah,
it was
he
over.
scored.
He's so good.
I know
So
exactly
good.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. And he's a defenseman, dude. He's one of that new breed of defenseman, though. He can
Yeah.
move the puck, but yet his offensive prowess with it is so good. So
Yeah, I think we should look into going for the draft.
okay,
I think it'd be fun.
June 20th-ish.
Spend a few days in Van and
I haven't been there forever, man. Like
a lot of
early
good
2000s.
places to eat there. A lot of good
I loved Vancouver.
craft brewery stuff. So
Yeah, I loved Vancouver.
Vancouver's
So,
gorgeous. It's a gorgeous city.
okay.
Just BC in general. Like BC's got a lot of really pretty.
Oh, yeah.
places.
Yeah, I like it a lot up there. 2003 or 4 was the last time I was up there. But, it's got a lot of that European feel to it and all that. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
place. Okay. NHL. Lot going on in the NHL
I don't know where
right
to
now.
start.
I don't either. I'll get this out. If you haven't heard, Philadelphia Flyers hired a new coach, Alain Vigneault, who I hate the hiring.
I'm glad you pronounced the name because I had no idea how to say it.
Yeah, it's Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it as a Flyers fan, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. So he was the hire this week. Don't think there was anybody else that I forgot about. Other than we talked about Q. Buffalo's still looking.
Yeah.
Anyway, playoffs.
What
the fuck has happened for the last week?
Well,
Holy mackerel, man.
holy Toledo. I just saw this pop up 25 minutes ago. Tampa Bay defensemen Anton Strawman and Victor Hedman have been ruled out for Game 4.
Oh, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done.
So Tampa...
We knew. I figured they would shit the bed, but not this early, and not to Columbus.
I mentioned this earlier. Tampa not only shit the bed, but after that bed was full, they went to the guest bedroom and they shit that bed too.
Fuck yeah! Now they're working on mom and dad's room. So,
yeah, and then they're gonna go out to the pull-out couch and shit that bed.
And then they're gonna steal some family pictures and take off.
And they're shitting, and they're shitting the bed like the teacher in Deathgasm. It's bloody, nasty, gross.
It was. God, it's what the hell, Tampa.
John Cooper came out after Game 2 and said, "We haven't faced adversity all year long," which is true. Now we have. How do we respond? They went to the guest bedroom and shit the bed.
Yep.
What the fuck, man?
Who was it that was talking shit to Columbus?
No, I don't know. One of the
he was like,
you guys were up 2-0 last year. How'd that work out for you?
Yeah.
Well,
and then
now
Tampa
we're up
lost.
3-0. So
yeah. So what is your chirp there? Like, and then what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the tweet by Nationwide Arena in Columbus.
Yes, if anybody
advising fans they can't bring brooms to the arena.
If any Columbus fans are listening right now, you cannot take your brooms to the arena.
So fucking good.
We talked earlier. I think Tampa could squeeze one out here, but at the same time, they haven't faced adversity, and they've showed that they don't handle adversity really well. Columbus is on the verge of the biggest upset.
Dude, and yes.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
I'm stoked on it.
Not only would it be the biggest upset, it'd be the first time that Columbus has ever won a playoff series. They've never made it past the first round, so good for them. John Tortorella is the coach there, which, man, I've got such a love-hate relationship with Torts. There's times when he opens his mouth, and I'm just like, fuck you, and then the other times I'm like, man, yeah, you got it. You're right on.
Dude, so
I love him.
Jumping off of this one just for a second, though, not only is Tampa they're just a fucking fog mist, a fart. Dude, what the fuck is going on with the Penguins?
Oh, man, I love it. Oh,
Dude,
I love it so much.
It's kind of just like happening,
yeah,
and nobody really is really even talking about it. At least I'm not hearing.
Well, it's like being at the bar.
That one's a little less surprising. Like, because the Islanders have been on a tear all season.
Yep.
Pittsburgh's just kind of been up and down.
Yeah.
I'm not too surprised about that one.
No.
And they got Barry Trotz, on the bench with the Islanders. Like this isn't shocking to me, but because it's Pittsburgh, it's just good. It's wholesome.
Yeah.
It's like a nice meal.
Yeah.
But you might, dude, you might get your Islanders Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
We'll get to that in a second. That's another interesting one going on. Right now.
No, that's what I want. I want the Maple Leafs and the Islanders to meet in the conference finals, and John Tavares to score that OT winner.
I
just
wouldn't
send
hate
them
it.
to the finals.
I would not hate it at all.
And then we will all bathe in the tears of the Islanders fans.
And there will be a shit ton of them. They'll probably sink Long Island when that happens. Yeah, the Penguins, what you're saying, I feel like we're at a bar fight, and, you're watching this big fight over here with Tampa just getting the shit kicked out of them. But over here, there's another good one going on, but nobody's watching it because it's not the big guy.
Yeah.
So it's insane right now. I watched a little bit of that Game 3 the other day in Pittsburgh, and just Pittsburgh had no answers. It's like Sullivan's just like, this is our system, we're going to stick to it. And the Islanders are like, fine, we're just going to defensively stifle you the whole time.
Right.
That's all we got to do. We'll just block every shot you take. So
I literally went to get groceries last night, and there's I think it's called Sports Cuts or something.
Right there by Safeway.
Yeah. And they have this big, huge, like 80-inch TV right in their lobby.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, we're walking over to get some groceries for dinner, and I just stop and stand there, and I'm watching Boston, Toronto. And Snow goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like,
Playoffs.
And she goes, "Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll see you in there.
Yeah.
Aisle 6.
Yeah, she's like, just come in when you're ready.
She's like, how much time is left? She's like, first period, I'll see you in like an hour and a half.
I stood there till the commercial break, and then I went in.
So that's a good segue. We talked about the two. One not so surprising, the other one very surprising. But now we get to Boston and Toronto, and I kind of felt like it would be a 2-1 series right now, but the other way.
Yeah.
I didn't think Toronto was going to hold it. And one of the reasons for that is because of the drama around that team right now with Kadri.
Yeah.
Which that was a dirty fucking cross-check to the head, man.
Yeah.
That was bad. But now he's officially been suspended for the duration of this series. Got an article this morning from The Athletic that said, is Kadri back next year? I didn't realize how dirty of a player he is.
He right now has the record for most disciplinary action for head injury or head
shots to the head.
Shots to the head, yeah.
He's dirty.
He is.
And
He's
I never
very
realized
dirty.
that.
Yeah.
You know the memes that are running around, which is like, feeling pretty, might do this later, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was the one I saw was a picture of Kadri.
Feeling pretty might hit someone in the head later.
Yeah, might cross-chick somebody to the head.
I don't know.
I'm loving all the memes that are coming out of the finals right now, or not finals, but the playoffs right now too. Because
great.
There's so many good ones. Like,
Yeah.
Damn it! There's so many. Like I gotta look it up because
I think the funny thing about that series is all year long, everybody has talked about that Marchand, Pasternak, Bergeron line being the best line in hockey, which they were. They were really good. And now Toronto has shut them down completely. And nobody could do that all season long, which once again goes to the thing that the playoffs are a completely different beast.
Every time.
But they've shut them down.
yeah.
You know? What do you got there? You got a grin on your face.
Well, I don't know. We're not really on this topic yet.
Okay. We'll get to it.
Svechnikov.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We've gone down the Eastern
We'll get
Conference.
there. We'll get there.
That'll be next.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I mean that's another bracket buster for me. Is I had Boston taking Toronto out
Same.
6 or 7. You know,
Same.
But everything that's happening right now, I'm okay with it.
It's fun, man.
It's awesome. That's the greatest thing about the hockey playoffs. It does not matter where you end. You fight 82 games just to get in, and then when they say that the slate is wiped clean, they mean the slate is wiped clean.
Playoffs are a different monster. Everybody
completely.
Like there's no reason why an eight-seeded team should be knocked out first round.
Right.
Like it's the playoffs. Like everybody's different.
Yep.
You know, the Kings were the last team to be an 8-seeded team and won the Stanley Cup. And that was not that long ago.
The Flyers in 2010, last game of the season, won in a shootout against the Rangers to make it in, and then went all the way to the Cup Finals against Chicago that year. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and that's just how it goes sometimes. And I feel like
it's a great time to be a fan.
Yeah,
because
It's the best
especially
time.
it's a great time to become a fan.
This is a weird thing to say, but especially when your team doesn't make it, like. Then you're just free to be like,
so freeing.
I just love
Soak it
watching
all up,
Yeah.
It's so freeing,
Like,
man.
you know, but I've got Vegas to think about and worry about. But I'm not really worried. Like, you know,
Either way,
yeah.
doing
I
it,
mean,
man.
like I said before, I love Vegas. I love my home state team, but at the same time, like I wouldn't be sad. I wouldn't be upset if they got knocked out by San Jose. As long as San Jose can like go through and make it to the finals, I'd be cool with it because I really have a lot of respect for San Jose and all their players except Kane.
San Jose is another one though. Like we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll
We're
get
not
there.
in
We'll
the
get there.
Western
But what I was
Conference.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry. I
Shit.
interrupted.
No. It was a few moments ago.
This time of year, how great it is. Playoffs. Crosby sucks.
That's true.
No, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Tries hard.
Oh man,
He tried his
Phil
best.
Kessel. Phil Kessel is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
What was it? Tries hard,
Loves the game.
loves the game.
Good guy. Tries
Oh yeah,
hard,
good
loves the
guy
game.
tries hard, loves the game. That's what it is.
And hot
Yeah.
dogs. Loves hot dogs.
Yeah.
That
Picture
no,
of him with the hot dogs
in the cup.
in the Stanley Cup. It was so
perfect.
good. It was so good. He's like, "Fuck you guys."
Okay. What does that leave us with? Who's the last two? Oh. Capitals and Hurricanes.
So
Ding ding.
now, I had a buddy of mine who was like, he's a big Canes fan,
Mhm.
and he was like really, really mad at Ovechkin. And I was like, dude, you cannot be mad at Ovechkin for that.
No.
You cannot. This 19-year-old kid who is easily half the muscle mass of Ovechkin challenged him to a fight, said, let's fucking go. And he was egging him on. He kept hitting him with a stick. And Ovi was like, you sure about this? And the guy was like, yeah, let's go. Gloves came off. Ovi let him do a couple of, you let him have a couple.
And then Smokey came out and stood over him and went, "You got knocked the fuck out."
He fed him his lunch.
Yeah, he did.
Knocked the fucking wheels off of him. Like, and it hurt him. Like, he's on concussion protocol right now. And like, I admire his courage.
First article
But that was
today.
fucking dumb.
Yo, yeah, the first article I read today was some guy named Campbell, I think, wrote this. It's time for fights to be gone
Colin
from hockey.
Campbell,
Yeah.
Hockey News.
Fuck him.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck him hard.
Dude, it's time to go. It doesn't help
He's
the
been
game.
screaming
He's
that
a
for years.
fucking moron.
He is a moron.
Dude,
Has he ever played? Does he know what it feels like to play a hockey game?
Probably not.
There's a lot of times in a game you just want to beat the shit out of somebody.
that's-
Like, and it's like it's something you won't understand until you actually play hockey. Like, you just there's just this one guy. Like, I always have somebody there's this one guy that in B League. It's fucking B League. Like, you shouldn't be fighting in B League, first of all. But there's always like this one guy who, well, there's more than one, but like each game there's always someone who either runs me a lot, or they hack at my glove while I have it covered. Like, it's fucking covered. You know, you don't need to break my wrist.
Right.
Or what's the other thing that pisses me off a lot? I'm just sitting in my fucking crease. Like, people are like, I'm screening you. And I'm like, no, you got to be out of the crease for that, numbnuts. So they get mad when I cup check them, and yeah.
dude, so I've been
Go to that because I want to hear what Colin Campbell or whatever his name is had to say.
I'm sure it's Colin.
Colin.
It was just
Was he referencing that fight?
yeah, specifically.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I made my stomach sick to see something like that, and blah 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 blah.
Watch basketball, you fucking
Yeah,
pansy.
good sir. Your writing makes me sick.
So I've been soapboxing this for a long time because I'm friends with a lot of people who like basketball, and they'll often reference the fact that basketball is a very physical sport as well. And I'm like, it's not the same fucking thing.
No, and
Yeah.
the whole premise of basketball is it's a non-contact sport.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's you don't understand the morale boost it gives a team when
Yes.
it goes
Yep.
down.
Yes.
Especially when it's super fucking deserved.
Yes.
You don't understand if you do not allow for that steam, that
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
pressure to be vented,
Yes.
it's gonna get way fucking worse than that.
Yes.
Let these guys throw dukes and be done.
They know what they're getting into.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm saying is, there's a big fucking difference between bumping into a guy running on the basketball court and getting slammed into the glass doing 20 miles an hour on skates.
Or having a guy constantly whacking you with his stick.
Yeah, it's a whole
Throughout
different
the whole
ballgame. And it's a necessity.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be a part of the game. And I disagree so wholeheartedly with people don't like it. Now, granted, we don't need to go back to the goon era.
Yeah.
We
the
don't
role of the enforcer is gone.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Right.
But if you don't allow that pressure to be vented in that manner, you're going to see a lot more fucked up shit happen.
Yeah.
But here's the cool part. I'm going to make a prediction right now, and I'm 99% sure it's going to come true. Whoever wins that series, doesn't matter. When they line up to shake hands, Svechnikov and Ovechkin are going to hug each other.
Yeah. Absolutely. 'Cause
That's the whole point of
Ovi
the
is
game.
not a dirty player like
No.
that.
No.
Like, there's even, you could look it up on YouTube. Those listening who are like mad as shit at Ovechkin, look it up. There's a video of him fighting, and he fights some. I think he even says good luck before the fight.
Yeah.
And they drop gloves. They beat each other's brakes off, and then at the end, Ovi's like, "Good fight," and the other guy's like, "Yeah, you too, man." And then Ovi is just like yelling at his team. He's like, "Come on, what the fuck?" Like trying to get them to go.
Yeah.
He's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Do I got to do this shit?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Ovi's always played with an edge.
Yeah,
though.
he
That was
has.
the one thing
Yeah.
that really set him and Crosby apart early on. Was
Yeah.
Crosby, was given the tag of pussy, which early on I can't say they were wrong.
Everybody compared those two, and that's why that came up.
Yeah.
Because Sid just doesn't fight.
But no, he doesn't. He's the one out there whacking you or cup checking you or smashing your finger off.
He'll
but
do some dirty
He
shit.
relies on his skill solely, which is great. I mean,
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys have seen my coming to the light over the last several months with Crosby. Is I hate him because he's a Penguin, but at the same time, the guy's great for the game.
Right.
What he does off the ice is
absolutely.
amazing. But
Oh, yeah,
Ovechkin, the knock on Ovechkin early on was a guy can score goals, but if you piss him off, you get him angry and he doesn't play on his game. And remember when the Caps early on, when he came in, they were making the playoffs every year, but they couldn't get past second or third round because somebody would get under Ovi's skin and then they would just fall apart.
Yeah.
I love the guy. There was a meme of him standing there in the locker room. He's got like his Russian workout outfit on, big old gold chain, beanie on, and it says, "If he dies, he dies." And I just thought that was awesome.
Here's the go ahead.
Oh, I got the meme here that I pulled up a while ago. It's the wiki for Andrei Svechnikov.
Yeah.
Born 26 March 2000, age 19.
Oh, that's my
Death,
birthday.
April 15th, 2019, by Ovechkin. So,
Death by Ovechkin.
Here's the other thing. Isn't he Russian?
yeah, he's Russian.
He should
and
know better.
He
He
grew
should
up
know
idolizing. He grew up idolizing Ovechkin.
That's probably part of it, I'm sure.
And
Hey, he wasn't whacking with his stick. He was trying to give his attention for an
Dude,
autograph.
Can you sign this?
Sign it real quick. Okay, cool.
But and I hope he's okay. I really do.
Sure.
And granted, that fight probably did, him getting hurt that bad, probably did rally the team a bit because in the second period, the Caps were outshot by the Hurricanes 18-1.
Yeah.
The Capitals didn't. I don't think the Caps went past 18 shots that entire game. Whereas
It was a bad game for Washington.
It was a horrendous game.
The
'Cause
emotion
they were
of
shut
that
out by
building.
Peter Mrazek
Right.
5-0.
God. Yeah,
Peter Mrazek.
And you know what? I saw the video from the fans in that arena that night. Good on you, Canes fans, because you packed that place. A place that you
fuck
couldn't
yeah.
get half capacity a couple years ago. You packed it out.
Packed
and
it.
I
It's
really,
so good.
truly believe the emotion of that night is what carried the Canes to that 5-0 win. Because I still think
I think the
still think
Canes-
the Caps win it.
The Canes
series.
I think the Canes have momentum right now, and
They
Washington is in trouble if they don't respond.
But Washington has faced some adversity this year, and
Yeah.
I think they will respond to it. I think it's a 6 or 7 game series. Don't get me wrong.
I think
but
so.
I think at the end the Caps will still take it. But man, that was awesome to see little
That was a
old
stellar game.
Raleigh, North Carolina,
Yeah.
having a packed out house.
I've been in that arena too, and it's rarely
I've been-
past half full.
I've driven, and we've had this conversation, but I've driven by it many times. If you're on the highway, you're driving along, it's just forest. All of a
Smells
sudden
like a
there's-
fucking
Oh, it's
cow's
disgusting.
ass.
And then all of a sudden there's this big white PNC building, and then you drive and there's forest. It's just in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, so good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eastern Conference covered. We could talk another
Oh,
hour.
what were
about
you going
that.
to say, Corey? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was just going back. It's people are wigging out like this is the worst fight ever.
Dear
it
God.
was not a brutal fight, man.
No.
It was
Ovi just caught him.
perfectly.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a solid.
Oh, we
He
got
hit-
him with the first or second
he hit
hit,
the
stunned
sweet spot,
him,
yeah.
and yeah.
And
it
he
happens.
didn't follow up.
No.
He got off, and he did look concerned.
Yeah.
Ovi's not the kind of guy who's going to dummy a guy and then tell him to fuck himself as he's bleeding on the
No,
corner.
that would be
that's
Kadri.
not.
Yeah.
That's So, I mean, that's just Ovi's always been a clean player. I wouldn't be surprised if he texts the kid, or
For
something.
sure.
It wouldn't surprise me, and that stuff's not going to surface until later.
If it wasn't playoffs, if it was a regular season game, I can almost guarantee you after the game he would have gone to the locker room.
He would have
to
gone to the
make sure
hospital.
kid was okay.
He would go
Yeah.
to the hospital.
Yeah. So, all right, that's the Eastern Conference. A lot going on there. Let's go Western Conference, which is a little quieter right now.
Yep.
But I want to start. Let's start quietly. Calgary and Colorado. Calgary
good
finished.
series.
What is it? What is it at right now? 1-1 or 2-1?
I think it's 2-1 for wait, is it Colorado? Colorado? 1 second, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I should know this.
I know.
Yeah, Colorado's 2-1.
2-1 Colorado.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I knew it was 1-1, but wow. Okay.
I mean,
there's not a lot of chirps coming out of both camps right now. They're just kind of doing their thing.
Avalanche outshot Calgary last night, 56-29.
That's ridiculous,
Dude,
That's
the game was
fucking
fucking 6-2.
Bonkers.
And
yeah.
Calgary is a team that was kind of known for their defense this year. To give up 56 shots, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
again, 8 seed, 1 seed.
Well-
The separation between 1 and 8 isn't as high as what it looks like on paper.
Yeah.
When it comes to these teams, but haven't heard a whole lot there.
Did our boy Yuso play last night?
I don't know
'Cause I know
he
he
got
wasn't-
called up right before the playoffs,
But he hasn't been. I don't think he's been playing a whole lot.
It's a healthy scratch.
Yeah, I think he's been healthy scratch.
Oh, and
yep, he didn't play.
Congrats to side note. Congrats to Nolan Yaremko, who scored his first professional goal with the Stockton Heat last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
So that was pretty.
That
awesome.
was so cool.
Okay.
He was pumped too. Did you see the celly?
Yeah.
It was so good.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good to see.
So he's okay. So Calgary and Colorado, we'll circle back to that. That one could be a long series. Colorado is one of those that's got some real grittiness to them that can just frustrate the hell out of you.
I keep forgetting that the Preds and the Stars are in it.
So
I know
right there,
that's the Western Conference for me. Right
I was
now.
about to say that that exact
Yeah.
thing. Totally like
It's just
2-1
back in my mind.
2-1 Preds. Like
Is it 2-1 Preds or is it 2-1
Yeah.
Stars?
No, it's
2-1
2-1
Preds.
Preds.
Okay, so but that game it's gone back and forth. Dallas won first.
1-1.
Oh no, one. Okay, never mind. Anyway, yeah, 2-1 Preds.
Predators, Stars,
Predators.
The series is like almost a foregone conclusion. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's going to be a decent fight, but
Except for I just read that Brian Boyle had his appendix removed, and
on
Wayne
the
Simmons.
ice, that's insane.
Yeah, that was a big hit. Got him right here underneath the pads. But Boyle's gone.
High stick took my appendix right out.
Boyle's gone, and Brian Boyle to me can be a real game changer. He's not going to get a lot of points for you, but he can be a game changer in the fact like he'll just throw a hit when it's needed. Dude's huge. He's like 6'5", just a big force out there. And then Wayne Simmons is out. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's why it's 2-1 instead of 3-0.
well, sure. Well, and I mean, Dallas, dude. Here's the thing, though. You talk about Dallas's. I mean, team's got a lot of talent.
They do.
I'm
They
not
do.
Tyler
But
Seguin.
they're just somehow not in the spotlight.
No.
You're not hearing about that series at all. Like you're hearing about the Washington Canes one because it's got that story with it, with the Canes kind of like rising up and you know all that stuff, and then the Capitals being last year's Cup champs.
Yeah.
You're hearing about that one. You're hearing about like the Tampa one for sure.
You're not hearing about the
just,
Penguins though because it wasn't relevant for last year.
Yeah.
when they're just getting their asses kicked.
But you're right, Dallas. But if you recall, right, 2 years ago or whenever it was that Nashville went on to the Cup final, first round they swept Chicago out of it, who was the defending champion.
Yep.
Oh wait, no. It was Pittsburgh had won the year before. But once again, that was when Chicago was just starting their downfall.
Yeah.
They swept them out, and it was like, oh, cool. And that was it. You didn't hear a whole lot about Nashville till you got to the or to the conference finals.
Yeah.
But you're right. That one's just kind of under the radar right now.
Yeah.
I still think Nashville takes that one.
My interest lies in the Blues Winnipeg.
Blues Winnipeg's been an interesting one because the Blues go into Winnipeg, and I've been watching that a lot because of what Ole said about his prediction there. But Blues go into Winnipeg and win both games.
Yeah.
Which Winnipeg, from what I hear, is a really, really hard place to play. Excuse me, especially in the playoffs.
Especially when you got the like Winnipeg Free Press digging up old bullshit on Blues goalie.
But yeah,
Huh?
but
Did you hear about that?
No.
No, they found some like
The
old,
kid?
Yeah, Bennington.
Yeah.
Like so, it was some writer out of California who had like
I
nothing to
did
do
hear
or
about
something.
this.
Just some schmuck, just trying to start shit. Dug up old tweets by Jordan Bennington. He said a long time ago about like it wasn't even like it wasn't racist. He was trying to portray it like it was racist.
Yeah.
He was just saying. I mean, it was a childish observation.
Sure.
It was about like it had to do with burkas, but it wasn't like I don't know. It wasn't bad. He just mentioned burkas, and this fuck mook in California is like, oh, this is racist. Everybody, it's playoff time. Let's get under his skin, And then the Winnipeg Free Press kind of like reposted it in the story, kind of trying to fuel that fire. And it never really gained traction, and it made both parties look like shit. So,
dude, I'm so fucking sick of that dumb
fucking
shit.
bullshit.
Fuck you,
That's- Oh, God,
And I don't
You know
consider
what? If
ourselves
somebody
part of the
comes out with a
media.
tweet today, like right now, like as we're sitting, and says some fucking dumb shit, cool, hang them out to dry.
Yeah.
If they tweeted some shit seven fucking years ago,
Yeah.
you don't know the context. Of what just
if
fuck
you
off.
if you
Yeah.
are scrolling to the bottom of somebody's fucking Twitter page, you are just trying to find shit.
What was their first
You're
tweet?
fucking scum.
yeah, fuck
Like-
you, man.
Yeah, so I think they advised him to like. There's this thing that you can do. I know a lot of people do this actually, where old tweets it's like an app or something where it deletes tweets from like a long time ago.
Yeah,
Because people do that. They got
Most
nothing better. They got
politicians
nothing
have
better to
that.
do. Yeah, they got nothing better to do, so they just like scroll to the bottom of someone's Twitter page, and they're like, "Oh, this looks like shit. Let's fucking ruin this kid's career."
Yeah,
Glad it didn't
Fuck you.
work. Glad it didn't work.
I'm not even gonna give the guy's name. Fuck him.
So back to the games.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Whoops.
So
Wait, there's games.
so the Blues roll into Winnipeg.
Yep.
Right, and tear it up.
Mm-hmm.
But then Sunday night they come home to St. Louis and get fucking trounced 6-3.
Yeah, the home team hasn't won a game in that series yet, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Winnipeg's got the talent there to do it.
Laine's been kind of a sleeper this year, but he's kind of starting to kick it back on.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
he's going to become a Danny Briere.
And he's picking like Jordan Bennington's like soft spots.
Yeah.
He's really hitting him.
Laine's
And-
still a kid, man. He's still
Yeah.
got a ways to go, but that's so much
but
talent there.
good on Bennington. Holy shit.
For sure.
Like, as much as I like trashing the Blues because I don't know, there's just something about that Steve Yzerman goal back when he took the puck from Gretzky in the I think it was like overtime back in like 97.
Yeah.
97? Yeah, I think it was 97. And like fired it from the blue line and scored
Yeah.
and sent the Wings to the next round.
Yeah.
Like that was so glorious. And I still like, even though none of those players are still playing for the Blues, I'm still like, yeah, what's up, Blues?
Yeah.
Talk about going back to old tweets, man. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. So like, I that's just memory, man. Like if you don't remember somebody's tweet, then fuck you. But no, but like seriously, I mean that was a pretty cool moment growing up, and that was when I was really starting to get into hockey. And oh, I forgot to mention this. I meant to mention it earlier. So, Svechnikov, his older brother plays for Detroit, and he made a post. Oh my God, what was it? It was I think it was actually an It reference.
Ooh.
And it was essentially a threat to Ovechkin.
No.
No.
Hold on. But it was cool because it was kind of like, oh man, how do you spell Svechnikov? Fuck, is that right?
Ovi's going to call somebody in the Kremlin and make both the Svechnikov people disappear if they're
right?
not careful, man.
No, because that
Unless
shit.
they
No,
got an uncle.
really? That shit in Russia is still
Maybe
around.
they've already got somebody in the Kremlin.
That's
why
what I'm
there's no
saying,
fear,
dude. Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
like, fuck you,
That
Ovi.
shit is still around.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
like the idea that
They don't try
Russians
to
are-
hide it a whole
Dude,
lot.
they-
Think about the Sochi Olympics a few years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Russia's just like, we do what we do. That's
They're-
all we do.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a country
They
run by
knew.
the mafia.
Yes.
Yeah, it really
Like,
is.
Yes.
Um,
And shirtless horse riders.
let me see. Hold on.
Fucking guy.
Svech.
Hate that guy.
Of course,
Yeah.
Ovi and Putin are like, they're like this, man. So,
Why wouldn't you be?
well, yeah, I mean, I don't
He wants to
blame
go
him.
home.
Yeah, he wants to have a home to come back to.
Yeah.
Please let me back
Okay.
in the country.
Here's what it says. Red Wings Evgeny Svechnikov threatens Alex Ovechkin after Capital Star KOs his brother. And his Instagram had a story that said, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Yeah.
That's all it said.
I like that. I do like that.
That is
so
a
that's not
fun-
that's not it, but it's yeah.
That's a fun chirp.
Yeah.
I think the headline could make it sound worse than what it really is. It's
Yeah.
probably a fun thing.
Yeah.
They're all Russians, dude.
yeah, but like
They're probably all drinking vodka every night, texting each other. Hey,
Yeah.
watch what I'm going to do. We get people
Yeah.
fired up.
but yeah, I thought that was kind of cool because
That is
like
cool.
I was like, it's been a while since we've had like an actual blood rivalry. You
That's
know,
how we fix things on Russian hockey station.
I'll see you in training camp.
This is the machine.
Oh man, yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. Like it's been a while since we've seen like a really heated rivalry,
Yeah.
and this isn't even like between teams.
No.
It's between
It's a blood thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which, I've noticed most of the time if siblings and stuff don't play together on the same team, there's not a whole lot of chirping that usually happens. I can't remember the last time I saw big brother protect little brother in
Yeah.
hockey. Usually, I mean, if you're teammates, it happens every game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's fun.
I'm
but once again, they're
actually-
Russian.
I'm
They don't
okay with
care.
that.
They don't
Yeah.
care.
So let's jump back to San Jose,
whoops.
Vegas.
Yeah, here we
Fell
go.
off the train again.
I think this is a good one right now. I've been
Yeah.
watching it with a little bit more intensity.
I've been doing my damnedest to watch it, but every time there's been a game, I've been either at work. I was
Yeah.
okay, so the game one, I was shooting that concert,
Yeah.
and
I remember you said you were gonna. I'm just snap a couple in and then go watch it, and then
yeah.
didn't happen.
No, I didn't. I just couldn't. I didn't get around to it.
Which San Jose won game 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then Vegas the next 2.
Yep.
So, and Mark Stone is just fucking on fire.
You know, it's fun. My buddy Vince Sapienza is a sports reporter for Fox 5 down in Vegas. He was here for a while, and we got to know each other pretty well, but he's covering the Golden Knights. And watching everything that he posts, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and everything. Vegas, second year in, you say Vegas got kind of a rocky season, blah, blah, blah. But, dude, the fans have proved they're not fair weather fans.
Yeah.
Man. They love that team.
Yeah.
They have embraced the NHL, and I love it so much.
I really hope we see the same out of Seattle when they get here.
Yeah. Shout out,
Vince. And Seattle's always been passionate about their sports teams. So I have no doubt that it'll be pretty much pretty much the same. But
I don't worry about that aspect.
But Vegas makes it their own thing, and one of the things that I really liked was, first of all, like I don't know if we said it in our group chat or not, but everybody that's come out of Ottawa has completely flourished. And after they left Ottawa and they got out of that toxic bullshit up there, like they've just done great.
Duchesne's having a great year in Columbus. Yeah. Mark Stone's having a great
Stone
year.
has 6 goals in these playoff series. He had
3
a hat
games.
Trick the other night.
Yep.
Oh, you have a thing?
Ding ding.
I'm sorry, and this is so far out
We
of
must
left
interrupt
field.
this broadcast.
Something just came up that holy
This
fuck.
is breaking news.
Coming to you live.
October 15th. WAMU Theater. Dropkick Murphys.
Oh shit.
And Clutch with Russ Rankin.
Okay. If you don't know who Russ Rankin is, go back to episode 10.
Sorry to derail, but
Wait,
that
just
was
with Russ?
Yeah.
That's what it says, huh?
It says Dropkick Murphys and Clutch plus Russ Rankin of Good Riddance.
Interesting.
We should go.
October 15th. We're there.
We should go.
That's
I've never seen the Murphys live, dude, and that's one of the when they came
this
through.
is 2 of my top 5 all-time favorite bands.
What was the big festival? Sasquatch. They used to happen at the Gorge. They played Sasquatch that one year, and I wanted to go. Okay. Hey, left field's looking good right now. So,
go.
Oh my God, that's birthday week for me.
Road trip.
Birth-anniversary week.
okay.
Road trip.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
We'll get back.
derail.
No, you're
That's
good.
great.
We'll get back to that after the
We
show.
will. Vegas and the Sharks.
Yeah, and I really like that. So Mark Stone tearing it up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he's like this was the pinnacle of my career.
Yeah.
Was playing a playoff game in
Vegas.
T-Mobile.
Oh yeah.
And
when did they pick him up?
It was. I think it was a little bit before the trade deadline.
This
I don't
year.
think it was on the trade. Yeah,
That's right. Okay,
because
because he started. I couldn't remember if he was like an acquisition last summer or not. So they picked him up this year before the trade deadline.
I don't think it was like right at
They
trade deadline.
reached
I
out
think
their
it was,
hand and said, "Come with us. We'll take care of you."
And everybody out of Ottawa was like, "Take me too."
Please.
I don't want to be here no more.
It's like I Am Legend, where everybody's lined up at the fence trying to get off the island, and they only let a couple of them through. That's the rest of the Ottawa players.
That was beautiful.
Do you like
sir.
that?
That was great.
Perfect.
Please let us through.
Oh man, but yeah,
It is awesome though.
And it's been fun. Like I've been able to catch a little bit of the series outside of like. There's been times at work, if it's dull, I'll pull it up, and watch a little bit of it. But yeah, it's been a really, really awesome series to watch.
So I personally have had a man crush on Ryan Reeves since his St. Louis Blues days. I fell out of love with him a little bit more when he went to the Penguins, although he went by trade, so it wasn't his choice.
Yeah.
But that guy, I love Ryan Reeves.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that the whole him and Kane thing going on right now.
Because
once
they're
again,
basically
it was Kane like picking on each other.
Yeah, they're both like the same level of antagonists.
for
they're
sure.
both the same level.
But Kane doesn't see himself that way. Kane sees himself as a superstar. Reeves knows what his position is in the league. And he
Reeves
accepts it.
Reeves is not afraid to tell anybody that they're a fucker.
Mm-hmm.
He's not, and that's what I like about him. He's very like candid and very unfiltered. Doesn't give a shit about what anyone thinks about
Never
him.
has.
Granted, when he played with St. Louis and Pittsburgh, I wasn't a big fan of him.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, but he's always been like a threat, and it's like don't don't let him get you because he'll fucking get you.
He will,
and
he can
having
score,
him
too.
having him on Vegas is super nice because you want him on your team.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You absolutely do.
Well, he made a difference last year.
Absolutely,
at key times as well. He was kind of like Devontae
People gave him
Smith-Pelly
shit.
with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With Washington last year. Smith-Pelly is not one of those that's going to get you a shit ton of points, but he came up clutch at the right times. But this whole Reeves-Kane thing, man, you're right. Kane just picked and picked and picked, and it didn't take much to get Reeves to say, "All right, let's go."
Yeah.
He went, pounded him. And there wasn't any "you okay" afterwards. It was more fuck you, you fucking suck.
Reeves, also, I don't know if you've ever watch a series of his fights with any team he's played with.
Yeah.
He's one of the most confident and calm fighters in the entire league.
He knows he's going to win.
He doesn't he's not like, he doesn't look angry. He's just kind of like, okay. He's
I'll
very
let you make the first
He's
move.
very collected. He takes his stance and he is very just in control.
Yeah.
And just I would be terrified to square against that.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
Not just because I'm, the size I am or anything. Even if I was confident in
6'4",
my ability,
230.
yeah, I think I would still be fucking terrified of staring that, back at me. I was, ugh. I get chills watching him fight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just terrified for the other guy.
Did you see the video? Was it last week of him when he got fired up on the bench before the game? He's sitting there with his stick, poking Gallant behind him. He's like, ah! And he grabs the guy next to him. He's like, ah!
That's
and
their
everybody's
thing.
just laughing, man,
That's
because he's
just
so
their thing, yeah.
intense. And he's got a big smile. He loves playing the game.
But look at how much Vegas means to a lot of these players.
Second chance, third chance, fourth chance for some of these guys.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys were fourth liners and stuff, and they've come to really, really love playing hockey again.
And Gallant, I mean, it goes from the coach down.
Oh, yeah.
Gallant was, here's taxi cab fare, catch yourself a flight at the airport when he got fired by Florida, you know?
Yeah.
And now the guy's quietly sat back. Did he win the Jack Adams last year?
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, he quietly sat back. He takes no credit for anything.
Yeah.
He's just
He's wonderful.
brings them together. He's a great coach, man.
Yeah.
Anybody would be lucky to have him.
Speaking of Florida, they just got a new coach.
Yeah.
And
Quinville.
it was a quick segue.
Yeah.
What point in 4 years when you've got 3 different coaches do you think that maybe it's
not the coach?
Maybe it's not the coach.
No, I would have thought that probably between 2 and 3 or 1 and 2, but I probably would have thought that the way that they let Gallant go, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I want to say something real quick before I forget about Reeves. The best part about that whole tilt was it was either post game or post morning skate the day after when they asked Reeves about Kane, and he pretty much just came out and said, "Can't stand the guy. I got no respect for him."
Yeah.
Zero. And not you see some of these guys in their stalls sometimes when they answer these questions, they look a little uncomfortable, should I say this? I'm not exactly sure if I should say how I really feel. Reeves
Reeves
fuck the
doesn't give
guy.
a fuck.
I don't fucking. You guys know what time it is? I gotta go. Yeah, fuck him. I got no respect.
You
for
ever
him.
listen to him and Biz chirping each other?
yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Those guys, I don't know. These guys are like there's the common chirper, and then there's the chirp, fucking Jedi master.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and Biz is such a. I mean, I love Biz chirping himself when he talks about how he was a fourth liner that couldn't do anything in the league for the longest time. And then him and Reeves, Biz is awesome, dude. Biz has been so good for the league.
God, I feel like I want to meet him someday.
Yeah, for real.
And I have to have a good chirp in the pocket.
That's what I feel like. I want to meet him, but I'm like, I don't know if I can handle that level of intensity.
When
It'll just never stop.
He's gonna
dude.
come back at you, and it's gonna hurt your feelings.
He comes back at you before you're done with the chirp you're already giving to him. I mean, he's that quick on his feet, man. Love that guy. That's going to be a good series. I'm torn as to who I did pick San Jose to win that, but I won't care.
Happy either way.
Yeah, for real. San Jose, if they don't get it done, then to me they're a lot like Tampa. I mean, San Jose spent a lot of money to get that team put together this year. I saw Joe Thornton got suspended for his something. There's been a lot of.
You know what's funny?
of
You know what's funny
suspensions.
about that? It was an ugly hit. But I was just like, damn, that kind of sucks. I don't
Like
know.
that he got suspended.
Yeah,
I love Big Joe.
Yeah,
I've always liked Big
Jumbo Joe.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know. I've said many times before. I got a lot of respect for San Jose. So if it wasn't for Vegas, I would definitely be going for San Jose in this series.
If these two
in this playoff series,
if these two didn't meet each other first round or second round, easily that could have been your conference finals right there. The way they were put together.
Yeah.
So that covers it right now. You guys are all caught up on the NHL playoffs, which is going to be super interesting. We could have, I believe, Pittsburgh and the Islanders play tonight, so we could have that one wrapped up.
Yeah.
Tampa and Columbus, I think, play tonight.
Yep.
That one could be wrapped up. Remember, fans, do not take your brooms to Nationwide Arena in Columbus, or security will escort you.
But
Just sit along the glass and bang on it.
I did want to bring up while we were talking about Biz and Reeves and all those guys. I've noticed. I don't know if it's something I'm just noticing actually, or if it's something that is just starting to happen. But like a lot of players and former players are just starting to like really get themselves out there and just say whatever the fuck they want.
I know where we're going with this.
If you're not following Sean Avery on Instagram, if you're not following Sean Avery on Instagram, you need to.
Keep going because I got something I want to add to this.
Yeah, like I hated that fucker.
Everybody did.
While he was playing.
Even
I
his
hated
teammates hated him.
Because like I really liked Brodeur, and I was sided with Brodeur on that whole Avery thing. And I just I couldn't stand him, but like now that he's out and not really a menace to my team anymore, like I'm like, this guy's really fucking funny. Like he's typical New York style like attitude, and if you watch his Instagram, he's often yelling at people in the bike lane. It's so good. But the other day, if you saw his story, which was taken down,
it was By the time I got your message, I missed it.
He took it down, but he
have a heart.
He had a rant. He had a rant about the whole Kadri incident.
Yeah,
and he was like, that first hit was clean. Kadri just kind of dipped out of it last minute and clipped his knee. It happens.
Right.
The guy wasn't trying to go knee to knee.
Nope.
I didn't think so. Because you don't need that fucking injury in the playoffs. Like, you don't need that kind of suspension in the playoffs.
The retaliation on the other hand.
Retaliation by Kadri, though, saw his head, went for it.
Dirty as fuck.
Yeah, like he targeted him, went out of his way, went out of the play.
And didn't throw an elbow at him, threw his whole fucking stick,
cross-checked
him right
to the head.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, as much as I hate Kadri, as a player, I don't know him personally, so I can't say. Maybe he's a cool dude. I don't know.
Could be.
Somebody had commented on Avery's story, which when you comment on a story, it just goes to their DMs.
Right.
So nobody can see it.
Right.
Or so you think.
Until they
screenshot this guy said something a little racist toward Kadri.
About his religious beliefs, stuff like that?
Yep.
I gotcha.
Yep. And Avery was not having it. Avery was like, no, that's some racist shit. He's like, yeah, I was just talking shit about Avery or Kadri, but that doesn't call for racism. And he checked the guy's profile. He like runs like a dental office in Toronto. A Toronto guy. And
Leafs fans are the worst. So
no, I think Vancouver fans are.
Vancouver fans are bad, but
Leafs fans they trash their own teams
Leafs
so fucking
fans are
hard.
so fair weather, and they haven't had any good weather there in a while.
So they he was like, look, he's like, none of that racist shit. He's like, you make a donation somewhere and send me proof, and I won't fucking blast your shit on social media, TikTok, And I mean, I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find it. People screenshotted the fuck out of it. And the guy was like, wasn't me, it was my brother, kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
okay. It was my brother. No, not his fault. And he's like, clock's ticking, I don't fucking, he's like, fuck with me. I will fuck you up, And then the guy sent proof of a donation. And then the next message by Avery was, you know what, changed my mind, fuck you. And then he posted the shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And the guy and his account were gone. You didn't see it anymore. And the account for his dentist office was gone.
Wow.
Fucking cleaned it off of Instagram.
Proof again that Avery works with the mob, man.
So, yeah, Avery.
Which is great.
And then the next morning, Avery took it all down, and he was like.
That's what I
He was
saw.
like, fuck you guys, I have a heart. Yep. But still, like, that shit went out. He still did some damage.
Yeah. He pretty much said, yes, I took the post down, but you're going to come with that racist bullshit.
Don't be a racist piece of shit, and maybe you won't get burned.
I'm going to step up on a soapbox for just a second because when you shared that, I didn't see the story, but then when you explained what happened, it really struck a nerve with me personally because the one thing about it is, and this is hard with a room full of white guys right now, the way that the league and the people and the fans still don't want to admit that there's a big fucking problem with racism in the league. And I'm not just talking about the NHL. I'm talking about hockey in general. If you don't want to admit there's a problem, you're part of the problem. and you got to listen to what I'm saying here, but that we've been blessed to work with our boy Kwame, Soul on Ice, which was all about him growing up as a black kid in Toronto and in the suburbs of Toronto, and not understanding why there wasn't more people of color. And I hate to use that term, but I mean, that's, why there wasn't more people of color in the game, why it was so hard to break through. And, as he starts following along and find out, because it's a constant fight for, Canadian, African Canadian, what I mean? Black people. I see a lot more people of Indian culture. I see a lot more people of Middle Eastern culture, because Canada really has become the better melting pot, in my opinion, than the U.S. has done recently. But you see all these guys come through, and you wonder why there's not more of it. While 90% of the league is still white, it's because racism is rampant, and it's rampant with the players. I just saw a thing recently that the Junior Kings down in L.A., there was a video of them and their coach yelling racial chants in the locker room before the game. This is like teenagers and their coach leading them into racial chants before the game.
Vulgar.
It's just stupid. But that's the problem, though, is because it's coming from the top down in a lot of situations.
And how do you handle that? Like when the people who are supposed to be the role models are the ones being the racist
because it's the people that never grew the fuck up. And this is where this strikes a chord with me, and I don't talk about it a whole lot, but my oldest son is black. Biologically, he's not mine. My wife gave birth to him, so very much. I adopted him years ago. He's never known sperm donor, as we call him. So he is my son, but he's black. And I think about this racism shit all the time, and it gets me fired up, man. And it's like, nobody should ever have to worry about not being able to do something because of the color of their skin or because of religious beliefs or whatever it is, man. And when I say if you don't admit there's a problem, you're part of the problem, I don't mean that to come across super harsh. There's a lot of people that just don't think about it, don't deal with it. So, but if you see it, you need to call that shit out quickly. And props to Avery for doing that, for using his voice to do that. Racism, I can't stand that shit, dude. I cannot. And I grew up in Virginia, man. I mean, talk about racism. I don't know how many friends I had that wore combat boots with white shoelaces. If you don't know what that's all about, then look it up. But I saw it all the time, but I was never taught it in my house. When my wife and I, before we were married, it wasn't even a thought to me to adopt Ryan. And she always worried, being white mom, black kid, would anybody ever want her? To me, I didn't see the color. And I don't mean that to be stereotypical, but that he's my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what color he is. He'll joke himself a lot. And I worry about him, man, because he hasn't had to face a whole lot of racial adversity here in our area, which is one of the most racist areas in Eastern Washington, to be honest with you. But he hasn't had to deal with it. But that's something I think about every day. And if there's any sort of racism, it drives me up the fucking wall. And I say that the league needs more diversity. It needs to be more open. It needs to quit looking at just February as hockey is for everyone and lumping it into its Black History Month. Dude, I think of some of the players that get me fired up the most in a good way. Wayne Simmons, I love the guy. Ryan Reeves, I love the guy. Devontae Smith-Pelly, I love the guy. And I'm not just trying to grab onto the black players in the league, but I think those guys have worked so fucking hard to get to where they're at.
They've had to get past some hurdles.
Absolutely.
Because of the color of their skin.
And how many times have they been called that, man? I'm glad that the league now, it's from what I understand, if there's racial slurs on the ice, it's an immediate game misconduct. The ref hears that you're gone, and you're looking at suspensions from the league. I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
But you got to change the culture of that it's a white man's sport. Fuck you. It is not a white man's sport. Look at the history of it. Black players up in the Canadian Maritimes are the ones that really started that sport. So, sorry, I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but if you're a racist, I got no respect for you. Change your ways, or I ain't got time for you.
Hate has no home in this game.
Absolutely
fuck off.
not. Absolutely. Sorry. That fired me up when you told me what it was about.
Hockey's
absolutely. Woo! Okay, yeah. We're going to end it on that note. No.
Yeah, fuck racism. Peace.
Peace. Just like all of us, like
Mic drop.
trying to figure out how to get our mics out of here and drop them.
If you are in the Tri-Cities area and you are interested in coming to some B-League playoff hockeys, that's coming in a week or two. Starts next week, goes on for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think my game is Thursday the 25th.
Cool.
8:15. So
That would be at the Toyota Arena next door to the Toyota Center.
The problem with that game is that's when Hailstorm's here. And I
really?
I don't know if I'm shooting that or not. So if I end up shooting it, I might just try to like play the game real quick and then quickly undress, smell like shit, and then take pictures of Lizzie Hale next door. So.
There you go.
Yeah. Like, why do you smell like a locker room?
I am a locker room.
Oh, okay.
If you're listening to this, which, by the way, guys, this is episode 30.
Hey,
that we've
congratulations,
done.
guys.
Yeah, we hit our 30s now. If you're listening to this, you don't follow us on social media, keep an eye out, and you're in the Tri-Cities because we are going to try to get a couple of tables set up at a few of those games. Come out, meet us, kick us, do whatever you need to. Just buy some fucking shirts, buy some stickers. We'll give you free stickers. But yeah, Toyota Arena, so keep an eye out to our social media to announce when we'll be there. Buried Puck Threads on Instagram and Facebook, and Buried Puck on Twitter. And if you haven't already, joined our mailing list on the website. You can do it there. Or send us an email, hello@buriedpuckthreads.com. That's what I got going on.
I love it.
Record store day. You guys had a record-setting day?
Yeah.
Oh, you see what I did there?
Didn't
you?
It was a big day. It was really good.
That's awesome. Support local music as well. Support your mom and pop stores around the areas, wherever you're at. Wherever you're listening to right now, there's got to be some good shops in your area that are just trying to feed their fucking families, man. So get out there and spend some money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kyle, you awake now? You seem like you're more awake in an hour than you were
once I got
ago.
talking hockey and getting excited about it. Yeah, like I'm still feeling a little. Dude, it's just general soreness. I'm just
General soreness.
I'm
General
Ben
Gay. I can help you.
Please do. Is that your stage name?
At least once an episode, we dive into a very awkward homoerotic.
I know. As soon as I said it, I'm like, I know what I
really
meant.
don't have to take our shirts off for this, though, guys. We don't have to take our shirts off.
Can I leave my pants off?
For real?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But Bert Kreischer is my spirit animal, so I have to. Have
yeah,
my
we
shirt
talked
off
about
when I
him last
perform.
week. That was good. That was cool.
So Houghtonstein's got merchandise up now. Please go buy some products.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of the word merch.
Merch.
My kids
What's
got their first merch
Yeah.
from their favorite YouTube channel.
Oh boy.
Evan Tube.
FGTV, Family Gaming Television.
Oh.
The guy with the hat and the glasses.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, the boys got to order they got good report cards, so they got to order some stuff, and our merch is here, Dad. Did you see our merch? It's a fucking hoodie, bud. Like, calm down.
Well, so it doesn't help that like Streamlabs calls it a merch store.
Yeah.
And when I think of the word merch, I think of like Penny Arcade, the webcomic.
Yeah.
They have their little merch guy. It's like a little bag, and it's like I can't remember how it went, but like if you don't buy our merch, then it's like some like evil side of it that like devours your children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love Penny Arcade.
Oh my goodness!
We need to find a new word for merch, man. It doesn't help
At
though
least
that
it's
a lot
not
of
called swag anymore.
Damn it! I was gonna be like swag.
But you think about it, a lot of the company, a lot of the bands and stuff I listen to, they use companies called Merch Now and Merch Connection.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So.
Tour merch, all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with product.
But
Product, you know what I like about
please
product?
buy Kyle's product.
Product is
Please
all
buy our
encompassing.
products.
When I hear merch, I just think band T-shirts. Product can mean a whole lot of different
Yeah,
things.
definitely. Can you got any product?
That's it.
maybe.
Got some
You got
Tom
any-
cocaine.
You got the stuff.
Yeah, I do. I got some product in the back of my car.
Ooh,
Yeah, first one's free.
I'm
Just
kind
a
of
taste.
I'm kind of wearing it right now. So,
Dear
yeah.
Christ.
Please call me Kyle.
Kyle Christ. Pleased to meet you.
Kyle Christ, pleased to meet you.
Got the train I hear coming because
Oh my God.
choo.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Before this devolves any goddamn further, don't forget to visit Houghtonstein
yes,
and buy some merch.
yes.
Don't forget to
Product.
hit Buried
Product.
Puck Thread.
Fuck product.
I know. Buy some merch from us there. I'm gonna skip it. I'm the one who brought it up, so I'm gonna beat it to death. And for Buried Puck Threads, this has been Cascadia Hockey. My name is Corey Gaston. Thank you so much for listening. Thank Aaron and Kyle for diving us deep into the playoffs. Who's ready for next week? We'll talk to you later. Ferda.
Please buy our products.
Free your mind.